Brittany? You're good to go. Okay, perfect. Happy Monday morning, everyone. Thank you for taking your time to be with us this morning. I hope that what we can provide you is valuable and sets your week off right. Very first thing we want to do in the beginning of the day is, of course, express our gratitude, because you cannot be in a negative mindset and be grateful at the exact same time. So it's important for us to focus our thoughts and be thankful for where we're currently at. Even if we want to change and grow in our business, we have to be grateful for the moment that we're in right now. So I personally use the 5-minute journal. I write in it every single day, and I can tell you that there was a period of time, I would say a couple months ago, when my mindset wasn't in the right place. I was getting distracted by things that were going on, and a large part of that was because I wasn't focusing on my gratitude and the things that I was grateful for. I was focusing on what was happening beyond my control. And I think that's something that's huge for not only like how you live your life within your 4 walls, but also how you're showing up for your business and for the people that trust you in your audience. And that starts with being grateful for the little things. Like sometimes I just write down, I am grateful for the laughter of my daughter when we were going to bed last night. Or it doesn't have to be these monumental things every single day. I think the more that we can pinpoint like little specific moments, the more that it opens us up to recognize the things that are happening with us every single day that are truly wonderful, and helps us redirect our focus. So we're going to take our first few minutes just to write down 3 things that you're grateful for. So in the 5-minute journal, I have, I'm grateful for, and then it has 3 things. What would make today great? And then it has 3 spots, and then daily affirmation for the day, or affirmations. I usually write 1 or 2 things. So take a couple moments just to write down 3 things you're grateful for that happened in the last 24 hours, or that just you are feeling this morning.
Hello.
Good morning, Lisa. We're just doing our gratitude.
Good. Thanks, guys. Sorry. Oops.
New puppy mom life.
Dude, it is. No, I had to go out of my room because Stephanie Grachuk is here, and she's in there sleeping, and I'm trying not to wake her up.
Oh.
Ugh.
Now you get to see a little hint into my daily life.
Oh my gosh.
We're getting 14 tomorrow.
14. Shut up. 14. Like, how do you even do that? How old are they?
They're 12 days old.
Oh my. Well, first of all, I mean, puppies are amazing, but 14 of them, I can't do it.
They're bottle babies too. Mama's not really attached to them, so this mama is not going to sleep for the next 5 weeks.
It'll actually get better. It's not as bad as you think it'll be. It'll get better. They'll get to the point where they're comfortable with you, and they'll get on your schedule. Because that's happened to me. I've had 17 at a time, and it was 2 different puppy litters. So they will eventually get on your schedule, but the first like 2 weeks, it's like, just shoot me.
Well, you got to feed them around the clock, especially when they're that young and they don't have any nutrition.
Yeah, you got to make sure they're getting in as much fluids as possible and everything else. But They wouldn't survive without us. So we got to do what we got to do sometimes. So I'm glad to be a part of a group. I didn't realize there was other foster mommies up here too. So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, totally crazy. Because I know Brittany or Stephanie said she had just four, and they were up around the clock. It's pretty crazy. So I know you guys are in the middle of doing gratitude. And I'm sure you guys already went over that, but hopefully you have been doing that. If you guys want to share in the comments with us, what you're grateful for over the last 24 hours. If you want to share something with us, that would be awesome. It's pretty awesome that our morning Zoom, we didn't even have to put out a reminder in all our things, and we still have 135 on. I'm pretty impressed today. So I know we were talking yesterday, and we were kind of like, what topic do we want to dive into today? What do we want to cover? And we were joking around, and I was like, we just need to cover like time to get to work, like stop losing your mojo. It's time to, it's not time to start getting down and out, but even more doubling in, going all in and staying motivated the way that you guys have been staying motivated the last couple weeks and not losing that mojo. And we thought we'll dive into today with Lavelle news. Hopefully you guys loved free shipping this weekend, right? That was nice. And it's always nice when Lavelle throws in their little bonuses here and there for us to help us grow our networks and help us grow, new customers and promoters. So I was so thankful for that. But we're in the new week, and we're heading towards the end of the month. I mean, gosh, we have 5 days left, 6 days left, and it's like, okay, here we come. January's going to be over now. It's February, March, April. We're coming into 3 months left of bonus season. And I think, there's a lot of people that maybe, if you have not been in network marketing before, you don't know the ebbs and flows in the seasons. But as I said on, I think maybe a couple Mondays ago when I was on this Zoom, I said that when I look back at my numbers in this business, what I saw over the last 4 years of being with Lavelle, this will be my 5th winter, so to speak, my 5th January, so to speak. What I've seen is that we really don't start picking up speed, like crazy speed, until usually about almost mid-February every single year. And I think there's a reason for that. It's because people are getting their tax returns. And those usually don't, you don't even have to have W-2s out until the end of January, like by law. People are getting their tax returns. People are going to be getting stimulus bonuses. There's some inevitables here. Spring is coming. Bathing season's coming. Like, there's just like February for some reason tends to be the month where we really start picking up speed. January is the month where you start seeing the glimmer of hope. It's after December, which is usually our slowest month by nature when I looked through our numbers. So, January, we start to see that pickup of speed because there's New Year's resolutions and people are, getting excited about the new year and hopes and dreams and goals and all that. But really, January has always been kind of like a plant your seeds month, like continue to plant those seeds. All these people start to wake up when usually businesses like Lavelle announce bonuses or whatever new product they're coming out with. And everybody starts to get that buzz, and that's usually January. And then February comes, and then we start to see that heat, that full on, like, okay, what is going on? All these people are starting to join me. This is coming out of the woodwork. And it's like the people that kind of didn't really stay consistent in January. I mean, this is the same conversation we're always having. Let's be honest. The consistency conversation. Just like when before the new year hit, I told everybody, you guys, what you do in October, November, and December, technically the slowest 3 months of our business for a lot of people. What you do in those months by staying consistent and planting the seeds, and no matter if you're signing promoters or customers or not, as long as you're doing those right income producing activities every day, that's when you are going to get to January, and you're going to be those people in January going, wow, things are picking up. This is nice. And you guys have seen it. You've looked, and you've seen people posting, welcoming people in your Facebook groups and in your Facebook messages and all of that. You've seen people welcoming people, and you've seen people promoting already. You've seen people super excited. You've already seen people grab some bonuses and, hitting the top of the leaderboard. And you're like, okay, why not? Why am I not seeing any of that yet? And I'm not positive, but what I could probably dive in if I had a crystal ball and went back into your business and was able to kind of look and see, if I had a time machine and go back in time and see what you did in October, November, and December, I could probably guess that you didn't. I'd be seeing and looking through my crystal ball at somebody that didn't do a whole lot. Like, they weren't being consistent. They weren't doing all the things they needed to do. And here we can, you guys can tell me you were and all that, but only right? Only you can look in the mirror and be completely honest with yourself and say, in those months, I did not slack. I stayed consistent. I did the do. And unless you're new, and what I mean by new is if you're outside of your first year, if you're in your first year, you're still, anybody in your first year, to me, you're new. You are still, even if you're consistent, you're still in that realm of, okay, things may not be happening in your business yet just because you're new. People are watching, you're building your network, you're learning, you're growing. And so if you're in your first year, totally, you might not be seeing growth right now, even if you were completely consistent in November and December, right? October, November, December. But those of you that have been in, if you get raw and real with yourself over a year or more, you will probably be able to answer that question for yourself and know that no, you were not doing those right income producing activities that you need to be doing in those 3 months for whatever reason. It could be life happened. It could be, personal reasons. It could be you were burnt out. You wanted to take a break. There's many reasons. But with that said, it's maybe why you're not starting to see any kind of a boost in your business yet, so to speak, when you're watching other people start to see that. There's people that are starting to see that. But here's the thing. That is why in the beginning of January, when we've done these morning Zooms and we've done our Thursday team Zooms and pretty much every Zoom you've been on, we said January is a very important month. You've got to be consistent planting those seeds. It does not matter whether you're enrolling or not. You may not enroll new customers. You may not enroll new promoters. But if you stay consistent, that's the people in January. I've always said this since I've been doing this for 10 years now. The things I do now, the seeds I plant now, the people I add new now, the new person I just talked to yesterday, the person that just asked me, what's that? Tell me about that patch in your picture, or what's that rest stuff you were talking about? They usually won't sign with me for 3 months. So the actions and the steps that I'm putting in my business this month will come to fruition in 90 days. Okay. When is 90 days from January? April. Okay. Our last month of bonuses. Okay. Now some of those that's not a perfect science. I'm not telling you that every single seed you planted will not sprout till April. Some of those seeds won't sprout till next December. Some of them will sprout next spring. Some of them will sprout in June. Some of them are going to sprout next month, though, and the next month. They're going to sprout before April. And so, what you have to keep in mind is that what you did this month was super important when it comes to this bonus season. Very, very important. Just as what you do next month is going to be super important for the rest of this bonus season. And so we're on this topic, and I'm gonna hand it over to Megan in a second because you had some awesome points, Megan. But we were just talking about, dude, people are already losing their mojo. I think just this week alone, I've had people in my inbox complaining, griping, moaning, freaking out. Why is my business not growing yet? Why are other people? What's happening? I'm never going to get these bonuses. I thought by now I'd sign my first customer promoter. I haven't even signed one this year yet. Like, there's no way I'm going to get the bonuses. I only have 3 months left, like already. And it's like, you guys, stop. Like, at what point are you going to get consistent? Because we talked, I think it was last Monday. I was like, look, guys, you may or may not get these bonuses. That's not what's important. What's important is if these bonuses finally woke you up as to what is possible at Lavelle. Because if you don't think there's going to be more of these, there will be. If you don't think we could get till April and Lavelle could say we're extending the bonuses another month, I don't know, they could, or 2 months, or for the rest of the year. I don't know what they're going to do, but I do know one thing. I've been here for 4 years and they're constantly coming out with bonuses. They did these same bonuses in 2017, and here they are. So if these bonuses made you wake up and understand what the heck was possible and what Lavelle's made of and how it's no joke, if that's the thing that made you go, you know what, I'm in this to win it. I'm not giving up. I'm going to be on that 5-year plan. I'm going to stay consistent no matter what. If this is the thing that did it for you, amen. Hallelujah. Thank the Lord. You are here now. You're awake. And whether you get this bonus this time, who cares? Because you will get it the next time or the next time. But this will be the time that you started that consistency. There's no more getting down and out. There's no more complaining. There's no more saying, I'm just giving up already. What's the use? Because I might not get these bonuses. See, you're falling back into the same trap you've always been in, where you're only working for a bonus. You're not seeing the long-term residual income. The reason you're here to begin with is not for a bonus that comes and goes, not for a bonus that you get for a few months and then it ends. You're here for long-term residual income. I have been in this industry now for 10 years and I have never gotten a big bonus. My only bonuses I've ever received in 10 years in this whole industry was my VIP 800, my VIP 1600, and my iPad mini bonus before it was Maui Gym. That's it. Okay. And then, of course, auto bonus, like all of you that hit 12K. I have never hit a big bonus. And I think back on that and think, can you imagine if I would have quit? If I would have only worked when they announced bonuses and the times where there were no bonuses did nothing, I would not be sitting here 10 years later, a millionaire. I would not be sitting here not putting things back at the grocery store. I would not be sitting here driving around in a vehicle that has doors that open and air conditioner that works and windows that roll down. I would not be sitting here being able to put, it just was December, whatever I wanted under the Christmas tree for the kids. We wouldn't have been able to go on, vacations last year. None of that. I would still be waiting tables and bartending 70 plus hours a week. Why? Because all I did was work for bonuses. Because I would have left already. I would have given up so many dang times that I never would have stayed consistent and I would not be sitting here today. But because I said, I don't care about bonuses, bonuses come and go, bonuses run out. What I care about is where I'm going to be in 7 years. That's where I care about. Whether I get a bonus, whether I miss a bonus, whether none of that mattered to me. I kept my blinders on. And as I would miss bonus after bonus, I still kept my blinders on. It was irritating, don't get me wrong. It was frustrating to miss bonuses. I mean, I've missed a $200,000 bonus. I have missed, gosh, I could go on and on and on in this industry. I have missed every bonus, thousands of dollars in bonuses. Every time I was able to get a bonus, I just either didn't get enough people or I just missed it. I would do what I was supposed to do before they announced it. And right after I did it, they would announce that if you did this, you'd get a bonus. And I did it before it. Like, I was just always missing bonuses. And I was watching other people literally pass me in pay because of those dang bonuses. Like, I remember literally one year in my last company, they were announcing, top 100. And I was looking at all these people ahead of me in numbers only because they had received the bonuses, right? Just because I didn't receive the bonuses. And it's like, that's frustrating because it's just, there's so many times I could have gotten down. I could have decided to quit. I could have went, this isn't for me. I could have went, I'm so frustrated. And if I only decided to work for bonuses, it's like, and I guess that's why it's so funny because one of our promoters on our team, a couple of them, when bonuses were released, oh, I know what we were doing. We were at, I was at one of Stephanie Grachek's retreats. There was other people around and they said, well, I think, Lisa, the reason why you're not that stoked about this is because you don't care about bonuses. Like, you've never gotten one, you don't like them. I hate bonuses because I always think that it's a double-edged sword. I love bonuses for you guys, and I'm grateful for those of you guys that get them. But for some reason, bonuses can be a double-edged sword because it creates this sense of only working for a bonus. And when there is no bonus, people sit back and do nothing. And I've watched that happen over 10 years. And if they would just understand, I joined Lavelle and left a business. Literally, I left a business 4 years ago. I was making $20,000 a month, the most money I'd ever seen in my entire life after waiting tables and bartending for 25 years. I left that business, job security, the amazing paychecks to come to Lavelle and start over at zero because it was the best comp plan that I have ever seen before they ever did any kind of bonuses. Like, I had no idea they were ever going to do something like this because why? It was the best comp plan I had ever seen. We are already in the best place ever. If those 14-day bonuses don't inspire you in the first 14 days you sign up where you can make $1,320 in 14 days, if that didn't motivate you, and if it doesn't motivate you to help as many people in your life get those bonuses, as many people as you come in contact with, those are here all the time. They never go away. If that does not motivate, inspire you to work this business every day, then something's wrong. Like, that should be enough. Whether Lavelle never announces another bonus in the history of Lavelle, you should work it every day like you are working it right now. You should feel every day like the day that they announce these bonuses. And so that's how I feel every day. I don't need bonuses to inspire me, to drive me, to push me. I don't need those things. I don't need those things. Why? Because I have never gotten one and I saw the big picture and I still see the big picture and I keep my blinders on every day. And Meghan, you're going to get into this right now and I'm so excited, but I don't dictate my success based off of whether I'm signing customers and promoters. I never have. If I would have done that, I would have quit years ago. If I said this month I am a successful promoter in Lavelle because I have signed customers and promoters, I would have quit years ago. Because do you guys know how many months? There's been months where I've signed no one. If I would have said I suck and got down on myself and dictated my success in life on the fact that I didn't sign any customers and promoters, I wouldn't be here today. I would have done quit forever ago. Meghan, I'm going to hand it over because this is something I'm so passionate about. Obviously, you guys can tell since I just talked about it for 15 minutes. Meghan, I'm going to hand it over.
Yeah. And like along those lines, if like your business is going to look different in each day, honestly. Like some days, yes, you might be signing a customer and helping them with their order. But other days it might be like you're in Messenger with 3 ways for your team. And another day it might look like you're sending out samples. And another day it might look like you're reaching out to your samplers, or maybe you are signing a promoter and helping them in their VIP 800. But when we get emotionally tied to results, that's when frustration kicks in. So there was like all this excitement in the beginning of this month, and they're like, oh, yeah. People are like, yes, I'm going to grab one of these bonuses. And people start coming out of the woodwork that like, you're like, where have you been? Like, you've been gone for years. And then all of a sudden they come back because they see like the shiny red ball of the bonuses and they get excited. But then like reality sets in that you got to do the work to get it. And the excitement fades. Well, how do you maintain the excitement throughout the entire time, always, even after bonus period ends? How do you maintain that excitement? And I think it starts with not attaching your emotions to whether or not you signed a customer or whether or not you had volume today, and focusing on B, who are you helping? I think if you're so focused on you getting these bonuses for yourself, your audience can feel that, your team feel that, and it does not translate well. And I think like what you're saying, Lisa, I completely agree with. That's kind of the double-edged sword of the bonuses. Like it kind of sets people in a selfish mentality, and then you kind of shoot yourself in the foot because you're only focused on how many people can I sign, how many customers can I get, I need new volume, blah, blah, blah. And you lose the reason why we're here. The reason why we're here is because we have insanely amazing products that change people's lives. We're here because, again, we have the best compensation plan, whether or not you earn a bonus. Our compensation plan is insane. Like 12 different ways to get paid. Who else does that? Free to run your business. Who else does that? So if you're just saying, oh, now I'm going to work my bonus or work my business because there's a bonus, what happens when that bonus is gone? Like, we only get it for a certain period of time. You're just going to stop working. I can tell you back when they announced bonuses that were for half the rank, in, I believe it was 2019. Yeah, 2019. I earned a $6,000 bonus, and I was so new into the business. I was only about 6-7 months into the business when they announced that. And I can tell you, I was so focused on getting that bonus. I mean, because my family was in a rough financial place at the time, and I saw what it could do for us. But then I became so focused on that bonus that when it ran out in November, I was like, shoot, I didn't make the best decisions financially. I didn't continue to work my business every single month, like focusing on other people and not myself. And when that bonus ran out, I was like, I have to go find a part-time job because I was home at the time because I had been laid off. And the reality is, if you're only working for the bonus, what happens when it's done? Are you just going to be like, okay, now I'm going to go back to life the way it was? No, because like Lisa said, she's never earned a bonus. Do you think like if she would have gave up, she wouldn't be collecting the weekly paychecks that far outweigh any bonus you could probably ever get right now? And that's continual for years. That is not just for a couple months. So quit tying your emotions to whether or not you're seeing success in the moment, and start focusing on actions that you're taking every day. Get emotionally invested in the actions that you're taking every day. How many people are you building relationships with? How many samples are you getting into people's hands and being excited when they message you and say, this is life-changing stuff? Because I've been like, samples are everything, you guys. You know how amazing our products are. You just got to get them in people's hands. So like the skepticism is out the window once they start to feel these products work. I literally had a girl that I sent a sample out to, and she was like, I had no idea. And I'm like, I told you so. Like, there are people that need this. She's like, my kids have a better mother now. And she's been getting samples out to her friends like crazy because she knows what it feels like. And she wants to help her friends feel that way. Stay grounded in that. Don't be so focused on the bonus that you lose sight of the purpose and the reason why we're doing this business. Yes, it's to change your family's life, but you're not going to get there unless you're changing other lives first. You rise by lifting other people. You don't rise by focusing on your own selfish needs. Like, who else can you help grab a bonus? Who else can you help feel good every single day? That should be your focus every single day. Do you want to add anything, Brittany? Or Lisa?
Can you guys hear me
Can
okay?
you guys hear me?
There, you were cutting out.
Yeah, now I can.
Brittany, you have anything you wanted to add to that? Like, I'm sure you do.
So along the same lines, I never earned a bonus here. Missed the VIP 800s, missed 1600s, missed everything out there physically possible, right? But I technically started in 2017. If I would have stopped because I missed those, because I was making smaller paychecks, because life is crazy. Let's be honest. When you're working 40, 50, 60, 80 hours a week in your full-time job, it's sometimes hard to grab bonuses, but I stayed consistent. I shared my journey. I shared my results. I shared stories from the fan page. And when we lost our jobs in March, I ran like freaking hell with this because I knew what it could do for people. I was consistent up until then, and I was able to grab my car bonus in April of last year by one, because I was consistent for so long, because I shared my results for so long, because I talk about my story, because I share the opportunity, because I help my team, because I worry about other people before I worry about myself. I'm all about sharing me, sharing my journey, sharing what it does for me. Yes, I share other people's results, but people want to see me. So I share my results 3 times a week. Transformation Tuesday, Thankful Thursday is how the hell is it going to pay for my shit this week? And another one, face-to-face Friday. So I don't always do Flex Friday, but you're going to see my results or my opportunity 3 times a week on my page and in my stories because it's about me. I share other people's stories. I share other people's journeys, but I share me and how it's personally helping me. What is it buying this week? What is it paying for this week? What are my results this week? What am I feeling today? This morning, homegirl over here, our foster dog, woke me up at 3 a.m. because she had to pee. Hello, capsules at 3 a.m. Guess I'm awake. Just share your honesty, be raw and real. People want to see that. And I think that's what helps you grow, is when you're raw and real. It's the little things in between the big things that make this business possible that people want to see.
I'm going to add something because I know I probably was cutting off because I need a new laptop. It's on my damn dream board, and I'm going to get one like in the next month or 2 because this is insane. But so along those lines, you being selfish isn't duplicatable as well, because if you're being selfish, that means you're not teaching your team how to put other people first. And you might see temporary success because because we are in the season of people have money during tax returns time or whatever. So they are signing people. But then like when that fades, that season fades, you're not teaching duplication because you're so focused on how many people can I sign instead of teaching people how can they put other people first and how can they get more product into people's hands. So like duplication is so important. And if you're just focusing on your own selfish needs, you're not duplicating. If you want to grow a team, you have to figure out how to duplicate. And that starts with putting other people first, putting other people first as it comes to the products, putting other people first as it comes to the business, like helping your leaders grow, creating leadership. If you're only wanting to be the one that's like the shining star on top of, you know, the building or whatever, you're never going to maintain that success because you're not building up other leaders. And like, that's what excites me and gets me up every day, is watching these people that I've brought into my business, watching them step into their potential and watching them lead other people. That's what drives me every day, because like I'm watching them grow and I'm like, oh, this is so exciting. It's not about like, cool, I got the larger paycheck this week, or cool, I'm the one that got the bonus. It's like, no, you get that internal motivation from watching the lives that you're impacting change and helping other people do the same thing for others.
Yeah, I think like that is the biggest thing, is how, that's the burning question, is how to, even as leaders, even if you've been in, your 40K, 80K, 200K, and you have been in for a while, we all fall into those same traps of doubt of, there's a lot of people right now on my team that they're like, okay, I've got one leg running. How many of you in the chats, drop a 2, if you feel like you've got one side, man, I've got one good person and they're running, or I've got one good leg and it's running, but I don't have the other side. Like, when am I going to get the other side? And, I have a lot of people, leaders that, they're doing great. Their businesses are good, but they're kind of paying attention to that other side right now. And they're like, okay, we just went through January. Here we are going into February. I've got 3 months left. I'd like to grab one of these bonuses, but when am I going to get that other side? What if I don't find that other side? And they're starting to freak themselves out. They're like, what, I don't want to go through another year of, oh my gosh, constantly struggle to balance, to maintain my rank because I don't have a lot of runners on my other side. And you're starting to freak yourself out already. It's January. Calm down, sisters and brothers. Just relax. I promise you that if you do what you're supposed to do, your time is going to come. Don't freak out. The year just began. Everything's just starting, and don't already get in that mindset. Don't start freaking yourself out month 1. And no, go back, look at your numbers. You'll see that really we don't see that huge pickup until about mid-February. This year, I think it's going to be a little bit earlier. I think we're going to start seeing it more in the beginning of January, but people haven't even gotten those stimulus checks yet. Most people have not gotten their tax returns yet. And when they do, that's why we usually see that pickup in February and March. So, in fact, technically, when I looked back at our numbers, March was biggest month. Like, it's that build. It's like build, 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 build. March and April are humongous. So, just know that we've seen it, all of us. And those of you that haven't been in, take our word for it. I've watched people literally planting seeds, planting seeds, planting seeds, planting seeds. Nothing happens February, March. And then all of a sudden, April, they do more in the month of April than they did the previous 6 months, or the previous 3 months, or the previous 2 months, because that buildup happened. So, and then again, I want everybody going into this, like I said, who cares? I know we'd all love a bonus. Who wouldn't want a $12,000 bonus, a $4,000 bonus, a $40,000 bonus, 80? Some of you are running for $200,000 in bonuses. Who doesn't want that? Of course, I've always wanted the bonuses. Don't get me wrong. Like, bring it on. But you cannot dictate your success off of. You can't measure your success off of whether you end up getting one or not. You measure your success off of, am I being consistent every day? Am I doing the things I need to be doing? Am I, keeping my head in the grind? And I think that's kind of where I wanted to go next with this and see what your guys' thoughts were. But I just feel like you've got to have something, some people call it a why. But what motivates you? Like Megan, you kind of touched on this. Like you don't, you know, you can't go, okay, this is a good month or bad month based off of I signed 50,000 promoters. You guys, I'm gonna lay the law and give it to you real. I get to watch a lot of people's businesses. That's one of the benefits of being on top of such a large organization is you get to watch different people, how they work, what they do. You guys, we have high enrollers on this team. We have people that bring in, I mean, like my jaw drops. I'm like, how does somebody enroll 10 promoters in a month? I've never been, I mean, I think I did that twice, more than 10. I'm like, how do people do this? And we have people with like PPA of 52 in a month. And I'm just like, it's unreal. And this isn't everybody, but I can tell you some of my best leaders, some of my best organizations, leaders with the best organizations are people that enroll 2 to 4 promoters every month. And some of my worst organizations are led by promoters that sign 52 a month. And honestly, you guys, it's honestly because there's more pieces to the puzzle than just signing promoters. You can be the hugest, best enroller on the planet, but if you do nothing with those people, I mean, I've always asked myself, dude, I have a hard time literally focusing on signing 1 or 2 promoters and making them successful because I'm there every second of every day. I'm guiding them, I'm molding them. I want to make sure that I'm not dropping the ball. I've signed 5 in a month and I'm like, okay, this is hard, man, because they're all in my inbox every day and put me in 3-way messages and I'm trying to make sure I'm there for everybody. I can't imagine how you could sign 12, 15, 20 promoters and no wonder most of them aren't coming back next month. Most of them are nowhere to be seen because how could you handle that many, right? And maybe some people have a system and no, and trust me, I've got people like Twin and people on her team that are high enrollers and holy moly, I watch them VIP like crazy. I'm like, what the heck? How do they do that? They can do it. That's amazing. But I also watch people that have super huge PPAs. I'm talking every month, and they've been stuck at 40K because they're not doing all of the pieces of the puzzle because there's several pieces to that puzzle, guys. It's making sure that who can you handle? Are you being there for people? Are you being a massive enroller and then being a good leader behind it? That there's more to this business than just enrolling. I've never based my success that way. My success is not based off of quantity. It's based off of quality. How many new promoters can I bring in? Okay, this is a great question for you guys. Maybe you're not a customer or a promoter enroller. You're a customer enroller. I would love to know how many of you sign customers and how many of those customers repeat and order the next month. I had people that literally sign customers and they keep every customer they signed. And then I have others who can sign 50 in a month and none of them order the next month because they don't take care of them. This isn't some track record that the person that can sign the most people wins. That's not true, guys. I watch it all the time. It's not true. I've watched people signing 60 a month stuck at 40K, not have moved past there for 4 years, signing 30, 40 people a month. But yet I've also seen somebody that signs 3 a month, 2 a month, that keeps every person they sign and they grow faster. So, but it's what can you handle? What can you do? But certainly those people that are signing 2 a month, can you imagine? Especially a spurt signer like me, I might not sign anyone for 2 months. And then all of a sudden my 3rd month, because I have seasons where I'm planting a lot of seeds and those seeds sprout, and I plant a lot of seeds and those seeds sprout. I know the ebbs and flow of my business. I've been here long enough to know that. So I don't freak out if I go 2 months with a 0 PPA, because the third month I might have 11 PPA because of all the seeds I planted starting to sprout. If I based my success every month off of my PPA, I would quit a long time ago because I would think I sucked. No, I know that there's seed planting seasons and there's sprouting seasons. So I urge you guys to understand how to dictate your success. How do you place your successes and wins? Every day, how are you making sure you feel good about yourself and how your business is moving? What is the trajectory of that? What are you using as a baseline as I am a good promoter and my business is going well? If you are going live, check mark. Be proud of yourself, pat yourself on the back. If you are connecting with your team every day, checking in, doing 3 ways, check mark, pat yourself on the back. If you are adding 10 to 20 new people to your social media every day, if you're getting up in the morning, if the basis of your day is connecting with people that aren't in Lavelle, besides the people that are on your team where you have to help and coach and mentor, then pat yourself on the back. If you are doing the income producing activities that we teach and grow and learn every day, if you're stepping out of your comfort zone, that means this month was a win. That means, wow, I did great. I'm doing amazing. Not did you sign customers and promoters this month, because I promise you they will come. If you're doing the right actions, those other things are going to come. I've never not seen them come for anybody that's doing the right income producing activity actions. But you cannot get caught up in just doing 1 or 2. Yeah, I'm the best leader on the planet. I'm always there for anybody on my team that needs a 3-way. If they have a question, I go look and find the answer for them. I do everything for everybody. Guess what? That's going to sustain you, but that's not going to grow you. So you got to be able to do that, but also make sure you're building your network. So you can't just get stuck in one area. You have to kind of be all things, right? And you'll have to know that your success is not determined by that PPA in the cloud office. It is not. Now, if you go a full year and the PPA has been 0 every month, okay, you've got to look and go, why is that? And why that is because you're not growing your network, or you might not be growing your network in the right network, or you might not be building relationships correctly. But I can tell you that there's a reason behind that. And that's where you need to be coachable and teachable and get with an upline and say, okay, this is honestly what I'm doing, not what you want, not what you think they want to hear, or not what you've heard us say on Zooms, but honestly what you're doing, so that we can coach you and tell you, okay, these are the things you need to do to change that. If you want to see your PPA go up, these are what you're going to have to do now. This is the direction you're going to have to start going in. This is where you're going to have to spend your time. But until you can get honest and raw and real, that's a hard thing to do, trust me. But until you can do that and be vulnerable with somebody that can coach you, you're going to stay stuck. And so I urge you guys that if you feel like you're in a place where maybe you are a little stuck, you feel, and you kind of know why. Let's be real. I think we all kind of know in the back of our minds why we might be in a stuck area. And sometimes we're just in a stuck area. I want to put this disclaimer out there just because we're new. Like I said, if you're in your first year, you're still learning, growing. I always tell people your first year is network building time. You may not sign your first promoter till day 366, okay, of the year, because you are literally showing your network that you're serious about this. It's not going anywhere. You're sticking with it. It's not a fly by night thing. This is not a hobby for you. You're treating it seriously. Your network's watching. You've got to build one. And most of you, if you've never done a business like this before, you're building your network for the very first time ever. So I honestly don't expect somebody that's never done a business like this before to really see much their first year. Go read the book, Your First Year in Network Marketing by Mark Yarnell, and you'll feel a lot better knowing that 99% of people that get into network marketing that have never done it before, that have no previous network, literally new to the game of any kind of networking in their life, it takes a good year to really, feel the feet, your feet on the ground underneath you, and kind of know what you're doing. And for those people that you've been building relationships with to start coming around. The problem is that most people quit before they ever see that, because they were expecting some kind of get rich quick scheme. They were expecting it to be easy, simple, you know, all of those things. So I don't know if you guys want to add anything onto that, Meghan or Brittany.
I'll just add on, because you said we're talking about you have to have a why you're doing this. It's important for you to have a why, obviously internally, to drive you, like your family. You want to, you know, break generational cycles. Maybe you want to change your life as to what it's been up until this point. But you also have to have a why that's outside of yourself. So what is going to drive you? Because I mean, like you said, sometimes you don't see results for the first year. And if you're tying your why to your personal stuff and that's it, you're going to get frustrated because you're not seeing that personal growth inside your why just yet. So why are you doing this outside of you? Is it because you genuinely want to help other people start their own business and see what they can do for their lives? Or is it that you genuinely want to just help other people feel good? Or whatever that looks like. You got to have both. And for me, it, like I said before, it's not about me. It's about who can I impact. And when you focus on who you're able to impact, if you're not gaining the traction just yet to where you're checking things off your dream board, or, you know, your why is starting to come into focus as to the reason why you're doing this, you can celebrate those things that are in the why with outside of you, because you can see the lives that you're changing by watching people, you know, grow and getting messages of how these products have changed people's lives. Like, focus on how you can impact people outside yourself.
Yeah, I agree. I have two whys. I have my own internal personal why, and I have the why of helping others. My own personal, these little turds, I don't know if you can see them, but they're my why. Because without this business, I couldn't be home full time. Without this business, I couldn't be getting a mom and 14 puppies tonight to help them. Without this business, I couldn't do this kind of thing. So you have to have an internal why are you pushing yourself, and then an external why are you pushing others. My pushing others is when women on my team say they want to be stay-at-home moms. When women on my team say they need gas in their car and they can't afford it. When women on my team, or men, sorry, I don't have any dudes on my team, but whatever. When people on my team say what their why is, that becomes my why as well. And I have it written down. What's Haley's why? What's Beth's why? All of them are written over there. And I remind myself what their why is so I can help push them in months when they feel like they can't do it. I think it's part of being a leader is knowing your team's why and why they're doing it so that you can help them when there's shitty months. And I think that's hugely important. So when there's a month when they're, oh my God, Brittany, this is super hard, I don't know what to do, I go, well, there you go. There's your why. It's written on my board right there. Where's it written down for you? You're doing this so you can be stay-at-home mom with your 4 kids. You're doing this to put gas in your car. You're doing this so you don't have to work 60 hours a week anymore as a waitress. So remember your why, but also know your team's why, and then help them. That's all I got.
Well, I hope everybody got, like, you know, a little bit better mindset with the Zoom this morning as you guys are heading into February. I hope that you are, you know, thinking about this a little bit differently and realizing that, you know what, guys, these bonuses are awesome. And if you grab one, that's even more awesome. But if you don't, what's the most awesome is that this is what woke you up, and there will be more. And if this is not your time, then it will be the next time or the next time. But guess what? It will never be your time unless you start and get consistent. That's what you have to remember. It will never be your time unless you start and get your booty consistent. Like now, you know, don't wait. This is it. This is the time to realize that, gosh, you guys, it's happening with or without you. Lavelle's growing. You know, there are going to be people that are that make so much money with this and change their entire freaking lives forever. And you're going to watch the next 5 years go by, and it's going to pass you by because you never understood the real meaning behind all of this, because you never understood and got the big picture, which is the residual income. Meghan said it. I am not sitting here crying every week when I get my weekly paycheck thinking, why have I never gotten a bonus? I should have just quit a long time ago. Like, when your weekly paychecks are big as bonuses, like every week, you don't care. And we all have to fight through the muck in the beginning. I had to fight through friends and family telling me they didn't want it. I had to fight through people unfriending me on Facebook. I had to fight through crazy messages, people telling me I was in pyramid scams. I remember my best friend messaging me saying, is your Facebook hacked? Like, listen, you guys, I've been through all the things you've been through. I just didn't let me quit. I never let it make me. I kept going. No way, not happening. Nobody's going to dictate my dreams. And I came in. See, that's the thing, is I think that's huge. I came into this business with the right mindset from the beginning. For literally, I got in a meeting room, kind of like this in person, but you guys are on a Zoom. I heard some stories. I left that day and I never changed my mindset. And my mindset was, I don't care how long it takes me. I don't care. This is my shot. This is my chance at changing my life. No other, I wasn't going to win the lottery. People in my life were not going to suddenly message me and say, your long lost uncle somebody has left you $1 billion. Like, nothing like that was going to happen, right? What was going to happen is I was going to make this happen for myself. This was my shot. And if it took 5 to 7 years, then so be it. But I wasn't going to give up, no matter what bonuses I missed or got, no matter what people signed with me and quit, no matter how many months I went without signing someone or didn't, or signed $1 billion. It was the mindset of, I'm going to keep going no matter what. I'm going to stay and keep it just as excited as I am today in 500 days, even if nothing's happened, because I'm in the big picture. So I hope that you guys have that big picture, took some of the things that we said this morning and took it to heart, and really are in it to win it, man. That's the thing, is who cares whether you get these bonuses or not. Do I want these bonuses for you guys? Absolutely. But if you don't get them, what I want more than these bonuses for you guys is you to understand what the real prize is at the end of all this, on the other side of this. It's a legacy for your family. It is a freaking legacy for your family forever. And bonuses every single week in a paycheck. Huge bonuses every week in your paycheck. That's what it will feel like when you're at 200K. That's what it's going to feel like. And you are not going to care about no bonuses once you're 200K. Like you'll forget about all of the things you've ever gone through, all the people that told you no, all the people that quit on you, all the people that made you feel bad about yourself. Like, once you are walking across that stage as a millionaire one day, I promise you in no way, shape, or form are going to be thinking about, man, I missed that bonus back in 2020. I should have quit then. It's never going to happen. You're not going to think about that at all. So I hope this kind of got you in a better mindset. I don't know if we have Tiffany or Star on today that's going to close us out with our 100 Days to Brave.
It's me.
Hey, Tiff. Thanks, honey.
No problem. All right, so we are on day 23. Believe God cares about your dreams. If you, then, though you are evil, know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more will your Father in heaven give good gifts to those who ask him? That's Matthew 7:11. What does it look like to dream and believe that God is working in those dreams, even if they don't turn out? Do you trust that God wants us to use those dreams? I'm living a life I never planned, and it has required much more courage than I ever thought I could fit in this 5'6" frame. Honestly, I'm shocked that I'm in my mid-30s, have no husband, no children, but deep down in me, there is a fireball of hope. Not necessarily hope in the I am for sure getting married someday way, but hope that God knows what he is doing kind of way. I thought it would be way cooler to write about this later in my life, like when I'm married to some awesome dude and we have 3 kids, a nice kitchen, and I drive a cool mom SUV, and tiny shoes are scattered throughout the house. Then I could tell to all the singles, hang in there because God has an amazing plan for your life. And the section on singleness would be full of explanation points because I find explanation points to be very encouraging and uplifting. But I'm not going to stop hoping and dreaming. I think there's something really powerful about being smack in the middle of the unwanted season and being able to look you right in the eyeball, which I would if I could, and say, God has not forgotten you. Your life and your dreams are important to God. I just want to tell you, from one in the trenches of this season of wanting something that I don't have, like most of us, I bet, I'm going to make it just fine. And if you are single and want to be married or wishing you could have kids or wanting a better job or home or city, I want you to know that you are going to make it too. God hears us when we pray. He knows our hearts better than we do. He cares about you and he cares about your dreams. So share your dreams with your Father who loves you and loves to give you good gifts. Today's task is be brave. What dream is in your heart that you haven't seen God do for you yet? What would it look like to be full of hope, even if you don't know how this story is going to end?
How does it fit every single time? I swear.
I know. I seriously, like, it couldn't have been like all of that fit. I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. How well it fit. It's like confirmation every morning that what we decide to pick just always goes along with whatever devotional or we're going to read for the 100 Days of Brave. It's just crazy. It's so crazy. That should be confirmation for all of you on here that you needed to be here this morning. Hey, Brittany, you want to just pick a random name?
Everybody drop one thing they learned from this morning. Oh. Planting seeds. Y'all are the bomb.com. All right, here we go. Trying to get through it. Whitney Jones. Whitney.
Yeah, Whitney, get us your address and you can pick out a gift.
Message me on Facebook. I'll send you the list of what you can choose from.
Yes. And by the way, I sent out stuff last week, you guys, but I'm gonna let you guys know the mail's horrible right now. They're short staffed, and I'm just letting y'all know it's taken a minute. Like, I had somebody just get a gift that I sent out. Like, I think you just got something I sent out too, Brittany, didn't you?
Yeah, I got
sent
it
out before Christmas.
and I just got it last week.
Yeah, it's nuts. So y'all just hang tight. You'll get your stuff, promise. Congrats, Whitney. Thanks, you guys. Have a good one. And thanks for hopping on this morning and just being consistent and showing up, man. I'll tell you what, it's cool to see the names on here, the people showing up. It's cool to see a lot of you guys are growing right now. It's exciting. So I'm just excited for everybody. Watch and see what happens this year. I think 2021 is going to be a year to remember, y'all. Let's change some lives. Love you guys. Have a good one. Thanks, Brittany and Meghan. You guys always stepping up. I appreciate you.
Bye, y'all.